Guys, if you haven't put this together already, maybe you're listening online, but if you're watching the video, I have to be honest with you because I've always been honest with our audience, and I feel like that connectivity that we have is based on trust and truth. We don't actually have the Tiger King here.
I know you guys were fooled.
I know you were fooled for a second.
Pretty convincing, right?
It was convincing when you came in and your left earlobe was twice the size of your fucking forehead.
And we stopped the whole interview.
Because dude, I don't even want to tell people what he was using as. You know those little what are they called? Key rings?
Yeah.
This guy got mercury poisoning.
He definitely has
something.
100%. Yeah. Did you not listen to the electro thing that we were talking about the other day?
What?
That's how you get the illness.
Oh, that's the 5G?
That's the 5G.
Straight
it's
to
going
my
right
ear?
to your fucking ear. So we actually have Mark Gagnon in the building. He's joining us here.
What's up, everybody?
And so it's not the Tiger King, but I do want to open this up for an interesting Tiger King discussion because I was absolutely fascinated by the doc. Have you finished the doc?
Yes.
Okay. Al, have you come close to finishing it?
Yeah, just about.
Now, anybody who hasn't finished the documentary, there's nothing that is ruined by us talking about this.
They tell you the ending at the beginning.
Yeah, the documentary is not about the ending. The documentary is about the absolute craziness that transpires over 8 episodes or 7 episodes? 7 episodes of this show. If you haven't watched it, you can stop this podcast right now and go watch it. I would not be offended at all. You'll come right back to it because you want to have a conversation about this. There's some fascinating characters about it. If you don't know what's going on, you will within a day. Everybody's texting their friends. I don't think Netflix could have picked a more perfect time to drop this.
Yeah.
Because right now we want a fantastical form of distraction. And you cannot believe what this is real. You cannot believe it.
You know why I also think it's brilliant? You know what my main gripe with it was?
What?
It's too long. But if you're quarantined, you got nothing better to do.
You thought it was too long?
Maybe
go
I don't
on that for a second because I was.
It might be a personal thing where I don't like
Al
these.
didn't see it at all, and he.
No, what are you talking about? I got up to episode 5.
No, I saw his
Oh,
face
yeah?
when you said, "Did you finish it at all?" He goes, "I came close," and then I just kind of smirked at him because I was like, "I know he didn't enjoy it."
Okay,
Yeah,
go.
Maybe white people enjoy it more or something. I don't know.
Oh, I have it there. They enjoy this shit way.
But I don't like Making a Murderer.
Did you notice how many black people were in the documentary? There was one.
Yeah.
Which one?
It was the guy that was going to vote for Tiger King.
Oh yeah, that blew my mind. That blew my mind.
He
yo.
could be as good as any of us, is what he said.
Yeah.
And I think Doc Antle had a black girl or like brown girl or
He's
something. She was some kind of.
Italian.
Nah,
Maybe
there was
Italian
a
or something
dark
like that.
girl. There was a dark girl.
They start to
that's
look
white.
darker when there's none of them around. Everyone starts to look. That's how Sicilians are like, no, we're black.
But I just don't. Making a Murder was another like 7-part thing that I just quit on in
I
episode
love
3.
that too. Maybe it's a white thing.
It might be because I was just like, I'm gonna do this because we're talking about it. It's the #1 show on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
Literally #1 in America. Let's talk about it. Let's finish it. And it wasn't awful.
Yeah.
But I had to fight to get through it a little bit.
Are you
fight
kidding?
to get through this shit? This is optimal.
I was sad
white
when it finished.
people. Optimal white people.
Okay, go on this. Talk
so
to
you
me
have
about us.
white guys playing with guns and animals that can kill them.
Yes.
And then you have white women complaining about shit that has nothing to do with them.
Like, for example?
This bitch who's complaining about this other guy's
bitch,
doing
yo.
with fucking
This bitch.
tigers
yeah.
and shit like that. This
Trying to
shit
save
has
the
nothing
world.
to do with her.
The rescue bitch.
She's just
Yeah, Carol.
mad that she couldn't be the tiger bitch in the beginning because she just didn't have that game. So it's like, oh, now my thing is going to be rescuing tigers instead of trying to be.
We'll talk
a
about
tiger
her
bitch.
later, but I don't
Yeah.
necessarily agree with that. But continue your point.
But this is just optimal whiteness because it's just like white people white boy. Like at its most peak
It
level.
is peak white
It's-
boy fun.
It's death-defying shit.
They're
and
gay.
caring about shit that has nothing to do with it.
Ain't
That
that
is
peak
like
white boy
peak
fun?
white
Guns,
boy.
animals, and fucking each other?
Son, peak white boy. You go on Black Twitter right now, we're looking at this shit, it's like, yo, what the fuck
Can I just
is
say
this?
something?
Al's disgusted.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
was.
Al.
I was so
Not a judgmental guy.
I was so mad that this was something we had to watch for this. I was, like, I'm trying to stay up for
really
this bullshit
passionate
last
about
night.
this.
son. I was trying to stay up for this bullshit last night. I was like, I can't believe Drew is this engaged in this bullshit.
I love my people.
I know.
I love
you
my
do.
people. I love
You
my
do,
culture,
son.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
It is. First of all, I cannot disagree with you more. I think it's the best thing that's been on TV in at least 10 years. At least 10
and
years.
You also love The Bachelor, so
Listen,
it makes sense.
no, Bachelor's fire too, son.
Yo,
The Bachelor's fire, bro. You don't think The Bachelor? What do you like on TV?
I've never watched The Bachelor.
What?
I've never watched an
You
episode.
finna start. I'll tell you what.
You're missing out. So let me explain why it's so fucking amazing. Because it's wrestling, but real. Doc Antle is a wrestling character.
Okay.
The Tiger King is a wrestling character. Carol, to a certain extent, is a wrestling character.
Okay.
All these people are extreme versions of human beings that you don't get to see. Like, you see a wildlife bitch every once in a while. Like, one of your friends really likes animals or something like that. Like, Whitney Cummings loves animals, right? And, like, we talk about animals. Even Whitney don't even like cats. But Whitney likes animals, right? And, like, you talk to them, you tease them, etc. But you never get to fully experience the extremes of this, right? Mm-hmm. A tiger trainer, we've heard of Siegfried and Roy and these motherfuckers, but we're not talking about someone who owns 200 fucking tigers who it costs $10,000 a month to feed them. They don't have $10,000, so they're getting the Walmart food that falls off the back of the truck to feed them, and the employees are also eating the same food the tigers are eating. Like, shit is so mind-boggling about this documentary.
Oh yeah, white trash at its absolute.
But that's what I think that minorities would like it, because you get to see white people you can feel better than.
So just turn on Maury.
Say again?
Just turn on Maury.
This is Maury with tigers. Like Maury with tigers? How could you not like that?
Shit, so that's just like
that's it.
That takes half the population.
That's it. I think that minorities are too homophobic to appreciate the greatness in its characters. But what I loved about this is it showed that, like, to be honest, it showed a side of Southerners, and I think they tried to lean into this. But, like, there's always this idea of Southerners, like, they're like, you know, dilling, dilling, ding, ding. I'm spitting, I'm like spitting out my fucking dip. I don't care about anything but my freedoms. One of your freedoms is you get to do whatever you want with your time. And I think that the show kind of demonstrated that these hillbilly-ass hick Southerners who are supposedly hanging black people from trees and beating the shit out of and murdering gay people, not only were they okay with him being gay, they actually were willing to vote for him for governor. He came in third in the race just because he didn't give a fuck and he said what was on his mind. And I really think that there's this fraction that's not even that small a fraction of Southerners that we've been told in New York and California that they're just super racist. They hate everybody that's not Christian, this, that, the other. But they were like, okay, he's gay, but as long as you do that shit at your house and I don't got to see it, I don't give a fuck. And they all went to his fucking Thanksgiving. They all went to his park. They took their kids to his park. They knew he was gay the whole time. And I thought it was this really interesting observation about, like, Southerners, where you saw even those, like, the dudes that he was gay with, they weren't gay. They were addicted to meth, right?
And they were exploited, yeah.
And they were exploited. But you really saw the exploitation happen on all levels.
You know what this show is?
What?
It is white trash Game of Thrones.
Oh my God, Akaash, what a fucking take.
That's what it is. It is white trash Game of Thrones. This Carol bitch is Cersei.
Oh!
Yo,
Jeff is Littlefinger.
Oh! Akaash with some hot fucking takes today.
What's his name? The guy that snitched on to the feds? That's Varys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He was trying to do the right thing, look kind of like a woman. The motherfucker looked like Fortune Feimster.
I gotta be...
We gotta pull up a side by side, please. Tell me this ain't Fortune Feimster. Put it in the podcast and edit it in.
Jeff Lowe is Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
Complete Littlefinger.
Exploits everyone, moves from person to person like a fucking parasite.
My
and he
God.
will eventually get his, but it's gonna take a long time.
It's gonna take a while.